Justin, you're a guy who's played a lot of football here. What's been your message to the younger guys in that locker room over the course of the past couple of weeks as you guys try to right the ship?
Stay focused. Stay focused. Block out the outside noise, stay focused.
Is it tough at all to block out the outside noise right now, do you think? Or?
No, not at all. I mean, nobody's exempt from people's opinions, people's comments. So, I mean, once you understand that, then you'll realize to just block it out.
Justin, for you personally, I mean, the outside noise, is that something you're able to block out, and some of the things that folks on Twitter and things like that might be saying about you?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It doesn't bother me not one bit.
Have you learned to kind of shut that out over the years?
Yeah, definitely did. Definitely learned that back in 2019. And so just taking those lessons I learned then, applying them now. Same thing. So.
After the game, Brent mentioned that he said the team maybe looked a little bit tired, fatigued. Is that something that you've noticed, especially as kind of the depth of the defensive side of the ball has kind of taken a few hits the last couple of weeks?
I mean, we're not going to sit here and make no excuse. I mean, we came in, we lost badly. So, I mean, if fatigue was the issue, we got to get out, we got to run some more. So I'll make sure, if that's what our head coach thinks, I'll make sure I relay that to the guys and let them understand, hey, we look tired, he was tired, we need to do some more conditioning, if that's what it is. But in my opinion, we just lost.
What do you think you guys need to sharpen up as a secondary specifically?
Everything. Details, technique, fundamentals, execution. Everything that goes into being a good secondary.
Does it feel like in a way that you guys are just searching for what you had that first 3 weeks?
I mean, yes and no, because when you play so good, but then you kind of get into like a bliss, it's just kind of more, what got us to that point. And it's the same football players. Just got to go back to the process, got to go back to studying, got to go back to that hunger, that eager when it was the first 3 weeks, so.
How much of it do you think is confidence and how much of it do you think is execution?
I mean, 100% of it is execution, We all know our scheme, we all know our job in the moment. We just got to go out and execute. That's it. Like, don't make it no more what it is, no less than what it is. Just go out there, play fast, and execute whatever we call.
Justin, you mentioned 2019. You were here in 2020. When things start to turn, when you lose a few games, where does buy-in start to get tested with the group? Where do you see that? Where do you have to be stronger in that regard?
I mean, buy-in gets tested the very first loss, And personally, that's what it is. But buy-in is tested all the way through summer, winter, So when the vision gets blurry, that's when you find out, who's really bought in. And this team is bought in all the way, And so.
Where are you seeing that this week, for instance?
I mean, just the eagerness to get back to work. Like, wasn't no sad faces in the locker room. We all knew we lost. We all felt it. We all knew, like, hey, let's get to the film room. Let's learn from it. Everybody got to stomach it. It is what it is. It's time to get back to work. And no need to dwell on it.
What's been Coach Venable's message to you guys throughout all this?
Just keep the faith. Just keep the faith. Remain confident in the standard and the beliefs and the values of this program. I mean, it's not like we changed anything from week 3 to now. It's just got to continue to buy in, continue to hunker down on those disciplines, those small details, and we should be all right.
Justin, Woody Washington was playing that deep safety spot for you guys on Saturday. I know he had some experience back there, but what do you think of his ability to adjust to that in the pinch?
Played phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get the outcome we wanted, so I mean it kind of does get overlooked. But for a guy to come in and adjust, and that's just life. How quickly can you adjust and adapt? And that's a motto for this team right now. Like, how can we adapt to our changing circumstances? You know what I'm saying? Like, we could sit back and we could look on what was, or we could just adapt and we could keep moving on and selling out to what God's saying it is right now. So,
Justin, I'm sure this isn't where you hope to be 6 games into this year, but 6 in front of you guys, for both personally, I guess, and as a team, what do you hope? What could this be still?
I mean, if I was a fortune teller, I'd be able to tell you. But I mean, all I know is we got one game coming up on Saturday, and that's the only one that matters. And you got to just walk with blind faith. Walking into the unknown. We don't know. Nobody knows what's next. Nobody knows who. Nobody knows who's gonna make the playoffs from here on out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just taking it 1 week at a time, and then let the cards fall where they may.
What's your thoughts on Daniels and what he does and what Kansas? Daniels, the quarterback at Kansas and what they do?
Oh man, they are good at what they do. They execute a lot. You know, they got a lot of formations and things like that. And so it's gonna be a great test for us to stop their triple option. So I mean, it's gonna be a great test, and not just Daniels. They got two good quarterbacks over there. You know, so we're gonna be prepared for both of them.
So it's something different that you haven't seen all the time that you're going to have to prepare for this Saturday.
I mean,
In some ways,
call it whatever you want. I mean, football is football, you know. We're going to execute. We're going to do what we do. We're going to do our job. Our coach is going to have the scheme, you know, and so we're going to put our odds where they need to be, and we're going to execute whatever's called.
Justin, how important is leadership when you guys get into a circumstance like this, especially for older guys like you?
It's leadership is the biggest thing. You know, as a leader, you gotta step out, or you gotta step out on front. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the spearhead of everything. You know, you gotta kind of look back and assess. You know, where as a leader did we go wrong? As a leadership council, where did we go wrong in terms of getting the guys ready to play? In terms of how we hold guys to the standard, how was the locker, like the small details. You know, the things that go unseen. You know what I'm saying? That don't just happen and show up on Saturday, but things that go on Monday through Friday. So it's a big deal.
What are those discussions like with leadership council here right now? Just trying to kind of work out this.
I mean, we just same mission. We just got to stay focused and keep faith in the values and the beliefs of this program. So.